I mentioned the apprenticeship before. In order to become a professional storyteller, you have to do an apprenticeship. It's a very rigorous 3-year apprenticeship. 3 years, not one day off. Go to my master's house the first thing in the morning. It's 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock in the morning. Do the laundry, do the cleaning, do menial chores, carry his bags, fold kimonos, and watch and learn. And they get angry with you every day. The master gets upset with you. It's almost like a rule. They get upset with you for something, some little thing. They're always getting angry with you, always getting upset with you, losing their temper. And they never compliment. The master never compliments the apprentice. That's almost a rule in itself. I was complimented once in 3 years of apprenticeship. I translated one of my master's original Rakugo stories into English, memorized it, recited it in front of him. He looked at me and said, "Sunshine, you have very nice English pronunciation." That's it. The one compliment I ever got. It's almost like, do you know The Karate Kid, that movie? So Ralph Macchio, that character, he wants to learn karate, so he finds a real Japanese sensei, and the sensei says, "Clean my walls and clean my car with this action, wax on, wax off," right? It's wax on, wax off. So he does it for 1 day, wax on, wax off. This has nothing to do with karate. Second day, wax on, wax off. This has nothing to do with karate. Third day, wax on, wax off. He's getting frustrated. So he complains to Sensei, "Sensei, I thought you were going to teach me karate." "I am teaching you karate, Daniel-san." "No, you're not teaching me karate. All I'm doing is wax on, wax off. Has nothing to do with karate." "It has everything to do with karate." "Has nothing to do with karate." "It has everything to do with karate." "Has nothing to do with karate." "It has everything to do with karate." Finally, the sensei gets fed up, and he goes to hit the Ralph Macchio character. He goes, "Gah!" And Ralph Macchio goes, "Wax off," and blocks the hit. And says, "Oh, it had everything to do with karate." The Hollywood movie, ladies and gentlemen. Karate Kid in 1 minute, Rakugo style by Katsura Sunshine. So that's actually, I know it's a Hollywood movie, so it's exaggerated, but it's actually a very accurate depiction of a Japanese apprenticeship. And I can't even complain about 3-year apprenticeship. Have you ever seen Bunraku, the puppet theater? I think basically it's 3 people to move the puppet. It's the legs, the left arm, and the right arm, and then the left arm and the head. Those 3 stages. The first stage, the apprenticeship, I think for the legs is something like 11 years. And then you graduate to 1 arm, and then finally, after 22 years, you graduate to the head. So 3 years is on the shorter side. But what happens is, during the apprenticeship, you develop a feeling as an apprentice vis-a-vis your master. You want to do some good for the master. You want the master to say, "Oh, I'm glad I took him as an apprentice." Just once in 3 years, you want to do him some good. And I had a big chance. Actually, the second month of my apprenticeship, it was 10 years ago, I had just become Sunshine, just received the name from my master, Katsura Sunshine, and my master was invited here to New York to perform for Japanese people here in New York. And he decided to take 2 apprentices with him. He took my older brother storyteller, we called him Sandan, who was 3 years my senior. And then he looked at me, he said, "Sunshine, you'll do me some good in New York, perhaps. You come too." And at the time, I didn't know proper Japanese culture. Okay? If a master says to the apprentice, "You'll do me some good, you come too," I should look at the master and say, "No, master, I just started. I haven't studied enough yet. I don't think I can do you any good in New York. I think you should leave me behind here. But if you do take me to New York, I'll apologize in advance for all the things I have done to fall short of your expectations." Or something like that. And then apologize 3 times in order of politeness. Or something like that. I didn't know that culture yet. So my master said, "Sunshine, you'll do me some good in New York. Why don't you come too?" I looked at him. I looked him in the eyes. I said, "Master, good choice." No good can come of this, okay? We got to New York, and my master said, "First day off, we have no performance, no rehearsal, no nothing. Let's go sightseeing. Kanko ikoya, let's go sightseeing." And so we got into a taxi in New York. In front, there's the driver and myself. In the back, there's my master and Sandan. And my master said, "Sunshine, this is what I brought you here for. Tell the driver, Jiyu no Megami," which means Statue of Liberty. The problem is, at that point, I'd never heard the Japanese words Jiyu no Megami. So I brought here to translate, and I can't translate. Now, there's another very strict rule in apprenticeship that we're taught by our seniors. Never ask the master to say anything twice. Never ask the master to repeat himself. So even Japanese apprentices, sometimes the master just mumbles. oh my, or something like that, right? You can't, even the Japanese apprentices, they can't hear him, but they never say, oh master, please repeat yourself one more time, please. They never say that. They use, in these cases, a very specific Japanese technology. And it has a technical term. In Japanese, it's called kuki o yome, which in English means read the wind, or read the atmosphere, or read the master's mind. In other words, guess. Is the way I look at it. But they'll never ask him. They just do something. Hopefully they get it right. But here we are in a taxi in New York. I don't think this is the right time to start learning how to read the atmosphere. So I knew I was going to get in trouble, but I just apologized to my master. I said, shisho, moichido onegaishimasu, master. One more time, please. One more time, please. Jiyu no megami. Jiyu no megami. I'm sorry, master. One more time, please. One more time, please. Jiyu no Sunshine! You don't know Jiyu no megami? You're useless. That's why he was upset with me. But then it got worse. If he's upset with me, that's fine. He turned to Sandan, my senior. And this Sandan, this older brother storyteller, my senior, he had taught me everything about the apprenticeship. He'd shown me the ropes, as it were. And he turned to him, he said, Sandan, translate. Right? Sandan doesn't speak a word of English. But he knows better than to say, shisho, master, I don't speak any English, I don't think I can translate. He doesn't do it. He knows he just has to try. And he's a little bit of a genius. Sandan says, okay, shisho, omakase kudasai, leave it to me. Mr. Sunshine, pretty lady, book, fire. And from this, I kind of know what he means, right? So I thought, I looked at it, I said, okay. And my master got angrier. Okay, chaoyagana, right? Not okay. Sunshine, pretty lady, book, fire. Is that proper English? I said, no, master, it's okay. I understand. Thank God for Sandan. And I turned to the driver and I said, driver, please take us to the Statue of Liberty. So all of you are New Yorkers. You will know that a good portion of the taxi drivers in New York are recent immigrants to the United States. And so they know the roads and that kind of thing. There's no problem there. But some of them don't speak such good English yet. And this was the case. I said, please take us to the Statue of Liberty. And the driver literally turned to me and said, excuse me, sir, one more time, please. I said, what? Statue of Liberty, Statue of Liberty. What? Sorry, sir, one more time, please. One more time, please. And my master was looking at this conversation and smoke started coming out of his ears. He was so angry. And he turned to me and pointed his finger at me and said, Sunshine, I thought you told me you could speak English. It's not my fault. I said, no, master, I can speak English. I can speak English. Please leave it to me. And then I looked at the driver. I said, Mr. Driver, pretty lady, book, fire. So I said, Statue of Liberty 7 times. I said, pretty lady, book, fire. And the second I got that out, he said, okay, and boom, off he goes. My master said, Sunshine, go home. Go home to Canada.